So dust2 T-side default is what you want to do. First of all, make sure they haven't pushed either through mid or off short. You can get a lot of CT aggression on this map now, so just clear that, make sure you got it, then take away short from the CTs, which means you can execute up short, or you can go mid B at any point. And you can also just come out long or B with it, but they don't know what you're going to do, and they have to gamble as to where they put their, like, what their setup is. You normally have a B anchor, long anchor, mid B, some guy maybe watching short close that you push back on the defaults, they don't have information, and a floater who's CT by default, but he might double up with a B guy, might double up with a long guy, you don't know where he's going to be, and that's the guy you want to try and move around. If you abuse your long spawns a lot, then you force the CTs to start 3 long, which means short should be ripe for the taking. If you're defaulting a lot and they start overplaying it, then you can hit long whenever you get a long spawn, you should be able to have it. What it looks like for the T's is you've got B lurk, long lurk, and then 3 players, normally 1 through lower. 1 might be an AWPer, and then 1 top mid watching the push of the long guy at the start of the round, unless you're taking long. So what that actually looks like for the T team. B lurk guy, you're just playing a 1v1 with the guy on site. The only util you really need to know is this lurk smoke. You get the back of this thing here. See this mark on the wall. If you aim at it, it'll give you a lurk smoke. If you aim a little bit down, it'll be closer. If you aim it up, it'll be further. I like to aim a little bit down, but it's to taste, basically. This gives you a lurk smoke that the CT has to respect, because you can come out of this side and then take individual fights against all these angles one by one. Or you can get stuck in this corner and just sort of, if you pre-aim the spot, jump up there and take a fight against a guy that might not be expecting it. Because this guy has to respect both fights. That's what makes his job harder. He now has to be worried about a guy jumping up here, but also be worried about the guy lurking around here. So a common response to this will be for this guy to just launch util at you. If you do this lurk smoke and he launches util at you, that's great. He hasn't got it for late rounds. You know he does that, and you can execute against it later. You keep throwing this lurk smoke and he stops throwing util, you know you've got some room to abuse it later on in the half. But learning how he plays around it is basically your job. Or trying to catch a timing, you listen to rotates, see if you can figure out what the mid B player is doing, and then we can make a plan based off that. If you're the lower player, sort of clear out lower. Bit more carefully than that maybe. Good util to know is whether all hits the roof, just throw a flashlight there. It'll bounce in front of the door and takes anyone here off the angle. It's really hard for them to see this flash coming. And they have to be, if you pass to the right here and swing out, they have to be really far forward to the point where they're like committed into mid in order to see you and take that fight. So that's a good thing to do. I like to get stuck against this wall. If you aim at the right side of this window with the left and right click throw, you'll smoke off mid doors, which will let the rest of your teammates get up short. And if you stand under this arch and jump, it will curve you. So aim at the corner of this roof here, do a jump throw, and it will pop right up here and flash off anyone like playing these angles. And you can also just nade and molly people who might be playing closer. You're playing like, holding this bit of short, but it's quite a ballsy thing to do once the mid smoke goes down because you know people are coming. Yeah, another good thing to know is if you stand here, look left, hold left, look down so that your head's down, hold left, and then just like spam jump. You jump up twice without your head popping up, so then you can walk all the way to the left and then take this fight where the guy won't be expecting your head to be. You just do 2 normal jumps, you'll jump up a bit and expose your head like you come up and then down. Yeah, that'll give you the space to execute. You're one of the 2 mid guys. If you're worried about mid aggression at the start, just drop it to suicide. You can safely throw a molly there to bottom mid. If they smoke it, they're pushing. If they don't smoke it, you know they can't push. If you look at this padlock, there's 2 screws to the right. Aim at the bottom screw. Once the molly's died, obviously, just normal throw, and that should smoke doors. Never actually missed this one again, but it's not going to work now. Nope. Okay, wipe that one off then. That is the lineup, but I'm just not very good at it. If you look at this crack, aim at this crack in the wall, and jump through. This is maybe a better door smoke. Yeah. I mean, even that's not... There we go. It's filtered up after a second. That's good enough for this guy not to be able to see. Like, it's better from this side. You can still break it, so you've got to be wary of that, but... yeah, that smokes off doors. You can keep on, like, re-smoking, especially if you have a guy in lower. Just... Also, this, like, run up, throw. That's a good flash. I know it's, like, obvious, but just give it welly in. It's hard to dodge, especially if you're back here. It can go too far because it's not very precise, so it might not hit this guy like the curve flash will. But it's good. Use it. Once you got the space, you can exec. Long guy. The other guy, mid guy, will probably just start top mid to start the round to see if there's any pressure. If there's not, then you can play off the door smoke and go entry up short. Doesn't really matter who does what. Long guy just watches the long push basically, and then tries to find a gap. Listens to whether the pit guy runs back when he hears long pressure. Counts nades, sees how many there were there, just gets info, tries to catch timing. It's kind of boring to be honest, but if no one's pushing long after like most of the half, then you can consider just going mid with the rest of the guys. But it's good to have a long lurk late rounds. They can normally get a few easy kills. Good stuff to know on long though. If you go next to this bin, you just aim like in this gap here, pretty much very forgiving. That's a good long smoke. It's not the fastest, but like by the time you get there, it's normally popping. And as a bonus, if you stand on this barrel, like in this little corner here, aim with the door handle, W jump throw, and it will go car. Like go here, all the way back to here. It's mistaken by going right at the back because no molly's big enough to do that, but it means that there's just one point on car that you need to spam. And that guy's toast. Yeah, that's pretty much every position on a dust2 default that's taken short.